Viewers, you are listening to the final part of my story, How I Got a Railroad Job. Today's part 5, entailing a visit to an old company doctor, Dr. Rice, who was quite a character. Good day, viewers. Pwalpar here. I think I'll just read part 5 to you. I don't know, there's quite a bit on this page. It might be 5 and 6. Let's see, we're going to try to call this one A Visit to the Old Company Doctor. About 2.5 hours after entering the Southern Railway building in Atlanta, I walked out the front doors. I looked for my father's car, knowing he had probably had to find himself a new parking space somewhere. I walked down the street and finally found his car. He was sitting there circling ads in the newspaper. I got in the car and he was saying he had more places that I should consider putting in an application as well. I guess he assumed I had just put in an application and had no reply from it yet. You should go and put in an application here, he said. He indicated from his paper. I said, nope, can't do that. What I got to do is go down to this office on Peachtree Street and see this doctor. What? He said. Yep, I start school Monday morning. What does the job pay? He asked. When I answered him, his little built-in ad machine started running. Why, that's a lot of money. I interrupted his brain strain and said, it's about $140 a week. And that's a whole lot more than I made in the Navy. It's pretty good starting salary, I think. Thanks for bringing me down here, I said. I thought to myself a vacation would have been nice, however. Here I am home from the Navy 3 days, and it's off on my own again. I guess it's true what they say when they say you can never go home again. In the past 4 years, I had been to many doctors and medical facilities. I had been poked and prodded, examined from head to toe many times, received lots of inoculations, and when I cut my hand half off somewhere off the coast of South America in a raging Atlantic storm, had to get it sewed back together by a hospital corpsman who wasn't even a doctor. In those times I felt secure. In all those times I felt secure in the knowledge that they knew what they were doing, that they had performed their procedures under sterile conditions. My visit to the old railroad doctor's office was a horse of a different color, however. I entered the dark, poorly lit, dusty office. There were some old magazines laying there from some time back in the 50s. There was no staff, just the old doctor. He looked like he would fall over if he didn't prop him up in the corner somewhere. It was like going back in time and walking to a scene from an old black and white Frankenstein film. He banged on me with a hammer a while, I think just to see if I would say ouch. He listened to my heart with some old rusty old-time rusty stethoscope. He wrapped his rubber torture device around my arm, cinched it up tight. Guess he wants some blood, I figured. But I couldn't see any of those metal things sterilized needles are supposed to be in anywhere in that office. He turned to an old white enamel wash basin, and I thought, good, at least the old geezer is sanitary and he's going to wash his hands first. Instead of washing, he reached and picked up a large old-time hypodermic needle off the back of the wash basin. If I'm lying, I'm dying. He did it. Where normally one might expect to see a bar of soap laying, he ran some rusty-looking water from the tap over it and began to shake it off. This ain't happening, I thought. I'm imagining things. He grabbed my arm and came at me with that old needle. The needle looked like it was bent and looked dull. It wasn't even pointed. It was just a blunt looking in. Doc, shouldn't that thing be sterilized? That's when he stuck me when I said sterilized. But he had stuck it in my arm already. Before I could get the words out of my mouth. No, it's fine, he said, as he withdrew a large volume of blood out of my arm. Must be part of the routine here at the railroad, I thought. They just want to see if I can take a little torture. Come with me, he said. I walked and stumbled down the hall. Dang. I hope this old geezer don't croak before we get through with this here. We're going to x-ray you now, he said. We entered this room with a large, old-timey looking x-ray machine that was old as the hills. He must have bought it back when he was in medical school, back in 1925 or something. He began to x-ray every bone in my body from head to toe, at every angle possible. The old machine made a loud buzz every time he took a picture. On we went. Buzz, 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 buzz. One x-ray after another one. I began to get a bit concerned, as I had enough training back in nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare school in the Navy to know too much radiation is bad for you. Buzz! There goes another picture. Damn, Doc. Buzz. How many buzz rankings of radiation? Rankings of radiation are you exposing me to here? No wonder he wasn't worried about germs on the needle. Hell, there ain't a germ on me or in me alive anymore. Buzz, buzz, a couple more shots with the x-ray. Oh, no more than a couple hundred rankings, I reckon. I began to pull my hair to see if it was falling out yet. I should have brought my dosimeter with me. Dang, when I get to Dad's car, I'm going to drink half of that bottle of Jack Daniels that he's got under the front seat. In 2003, when fate lowered the boom on me and I was injured, my 34-year railroad career ended. At that time, I was making somewhere around $23 an hour. I am now making up for all the lost vacations I never got to take. I rest, relax, and occasionally write a story or two. I even mow the lawn occasionally. I never did roll in dough because the cost of living kept climbing faster than my salary. But I get by and I'm still alive. What more can a man ask for? And just as a footnote, I'm proud to have served my country in time of war, and I would do it all again. I would be in line where you sign up for the U.S. Navy. Thanks for listening to my video today. I appreciate you tuning in. Any comments you care to make is welcome. We'll see y'all next time.